Calm down.
scream.
Why are you so
Around
angry?
here.
I'm allowed to have my own opinion on your
All
shitty
right, what's
app.
your number one?
Get your
What's your number
BAC
one?
under
Relax,
control over there.
relax. Well, if I didn't have to chug beers because of this stupid game. Wild times.
Woo! Here we go. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Happy to be in the same room.
Yeah, nice
Cheers,
to see
mates.
you guys.
Cheers,
Happy fat
cheers.
tiring.
Happy fat tiring.
This is episode, Kyle, what number? 123. He's a mute. Can't speak. 121.
Just told you 30 seconds.
I
ago.
know, but I
Not
forgot.
even 15 seconds.
Happy episode number 121. This is the Wild Times Podcast, the greatest show in the world. A show where we hang out and sit on
Literally.
Peter's couch. Charlie the hyena is in the corner there. We talk about wildlife news, comedy, and all things fun.
And drink.
Absolutely.
But we do some drinking. And I am one of your three hosts, the broologist, Forrest Galante. Joining me here, Kyle. Joining me here.
Kyle's cracking his tire. He's supposed to be working.
He doesn't know how to work. Is he even old enough to drink?
I don't think so. I think
No.
he's like
Oh,
12.
yeah, yes. Yes. All right.
We're going to get canceled.
he's
Joining
actually
me on my left, Papa P himself,
Yes,
the
sir.
producer, Patrick DeLuca. How are you, bud?
Good. Excited to talk about. Got some great stuff going today.
Mm.
We're gonna try a new segment,
Okay.
a new kind of game. If
Oh,
you
I
will.
like
A little
that.
bit later, we got
All
a
right.
top 3 DFL and a battle royale coming.
Uh-huh. All good stuff.
All the greatest hits.
Love the games.
And, as always, PhD in podcasting, the one and only Brofessor,
Mm-hmm.
Retep.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Pat, what time did we say we were going to start?
I knew he was going to open with that, too.
Well, Forrest said he'd be here at 10. I got here at 10:11.
Okay.
11
making
minutes
sure.
late. But I took a picture of the roadblock I ran into on Box Canyon Road.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I did take a picture because I was like, Peter's going to give me shit.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy to be here, though. And I'm happy to be drinking a fat tire and a coffee at the same time.
Wow.
Because,
That's
you know,
a good move.
Little
That's
upper,
a
little downer.
Vegas style move.
Yeah.
exactly. It really
Detox
is.
and retox in one
Yeah.
go. That's good for you right there.
Yeah, it's like you're taking away the bad feelings from the drinking you did last night.
Yeah.
Right.
In like 2 different ways.
Hair of the dog,
Yeah,
baby.
good for you. Good for you guys. So, here's what I think.
Yep.
Let's get into it. What's in the news? What's in the news?
Love me some news.
So, there is one piece of news that I'm very happy and excited about. Okay? And that is when we think of Scandinavian countries, Icelandic area, we think of beautiful fjords,
Yep.
incredible waterfall,
Tall blondes.
beautiful
Good-looking
blondes. I
people.
would swear that was the next thing I
I'm
was going to
saying,
say.
honestly, I was talking about the men.
Oh,
I weirdly, I was not. I swear to God, 'cause
I
everyone's
almost said
6'5".
big. I almost said big-breasted blondes, but
Jesus.
Well, you could still be talking about the men.
Yeah.
I could still be talking about them. They do a lot of, impeccable.
Impeccable.
But you also think, sadly, of whaling, right? And we all
Yes.
know that those Scandinavian countries love themselves a little whale meat,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been doing it for as long as we can kind of recall. And there's a bit of news on that.
Yeah. What's going
Saw
on?
this.
Well, Icelandic fisheries minister has suspended fin whaling for the current season, and
nice.
starting in 2024, no new licenses will be issued, which
Yeah.
means
Oh, wow.
that's the end of whaling in Iceland, which
Well,
is
of-
massive.
That's huge.
Of fin whales.
Of fin whales. Yes, sorry, I
Specifically.
should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Of fin whales specifically. So for those that don't know, fin whales are the second largest whale in the world next to the blue whale. Amazing animals, and I'm sure this is why they've done this in Iceland. They're next to the blue whale, they're probably the whale for whale watching, right? Like,
Yes.
because if you want to see a whale, you want to see a big whale. And
Right.
gray whales in Mexico are amazing, blah blah blah, but you want to see a big whale.
For
and
sure.
fin whales are a big whale,
Yeah.
and Iceland has crazy tourism nowadays, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Sure,
it's like,
yeah.
It's a
It's the happiest place in the world,
big hot
according
spot.
to the index.
we're gonna be a little sadder when they don't get to eat their fin whales.
Well,
but
everybody else will be happy.
I'll be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think most Icelandic people are sort of against whaling now. I think especially younger generations, right?
Probably.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Sure.
But dude, a fin whale, I was shocked when I saw my first fin whale. And it was actually helicopter footage when Peter and I were working on Whale Wars. I think
Uh-huh.
it was in the first season. The Japanese whaling fleet killed a fin whale. And we were used to seeing humpback whales coming up the slipway onto
Sure.
the ship.
Sure.
And I saw a fin whale. I was like, what? That looks like a blue whale.
It's
They're
massive.
Massive.
Massive. Yeah.
Crazy.
So,
Super fast too. Fastest whale in the ocean.
oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy for being the second biggest, too.
Nuts. Yeah. They're amazing creatures. But if you think about the fact, I mean, last year alone, Iceland killed 150-ish fin whales.
148.
Well, yeah, 148.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they're a vulnerable species, and anytime something's listed as vulnerable, it means it's vulnerable, headed towards extinction.
Yeah.
And so this is great, and it could influence Norway and Japan and some of the other whaling nations over time. So it's not like the say all end all, but it's a great step in the right direction.
Absolutely, dude.
They're going to be, I'll tell you where it's going to piss people off is Greenland, because there's a lot, you eat a lot of fin whale meat.
Oh,
in
really?
Greenland. Like most of the whale meat you eat there is fin whale, and then like narwhal is like the delicacy. But I think a lot of the fin whale meat that they eat in Greenland comes from the Icelandic fisheries.
I kind of
Too bad.
imagine narwhal being a delicacy. Like, that blows my mind. Narwhal is the delicacy. Like, one of the most incredible, like, unicorn animals is an edible delicacy.
Legit.
Hey guys, if you're enjoying, guys, if you like the Wild Times, check us out on Patreon. We put out 4 extra podcasts per month.
That's one commute a week that you're just going to be laughing and learning the whole time in the car. Hey, let me do something else. This is the late night content, the stuff that we can't show on YouTube because they'll kick us off YouTube.
It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Uncensored, raw dog. It's the Cinemax of podcasts. Check it out. Link right here. I didn't know until just recently that a narwhal was a real creature. I thought it was just
Shut
like
up.
an ocean unicorn. I swear to God. And then I saw it in my kid's book.
Cartoons a lot in kids' books, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, there was, man, not Bad Robot. There was like a thing for a while. They had that like badger. Do you remember that? And then there was
Sounds
the
annoying.
narwhal song. Remember the narwhal song?
What is
Cal
it?
knows what I'm talking about. He's nodding his head over there. Narwhal, swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion because they are so awesome. You don't remember that? This
No,
thing.
but I like it.
This thing right here. Pretty big and pretty white. They beat a polar bear in a fight.
Kyle,
like
don't
an
get us
underwater
demonetized.
unicorn. They got a kick-ass facial horn.
I don't think a narwhal would beat a polar bear in a fight.
No, definitely not.
I think the polar bear would just easily evade the
He just
tusk.
blew his eardrums out and came through the headphones.
I don't think we have a camera on.
It's
Kyle.
okay. Who cares?
It's great. I mean, we're gonna get demonetized for showing this, but it's fantastic.
I'd much rather have your version in my head as the only
I can keep
version
saying
that
I know all the verses. Yeah,
off the air.
But yeah, I'm sure the Greenlandians,
Yeah, Greenlandic people.
Greenlandic people are gonna be pretty disappointed. I mean, it's a
Maybe.
big
I
meal.
mean, are they I'm assuming they're super traditional and an older population there. Or are there a lot of younger kids, like you said in
Greenland, I have no idea.
Yeah, you just grow up eating it and living off the ocean, right? There's no topsoil
Right,
really
right.
in Greenland, so you can't plant crops. It's the same similar argument to the Faroe Islands, right?
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
it's very difficult to farm because it's a volcanic island
Right.
and there's so little topsoil. Kind of the same in Iceland.
Right.
There is farmland there, but it's a weird thing. If you haven't been to Iceland, there's no trees above like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, they're all tiny.
Greenland
Yeah.
or Iceland?
And even in Iceland,
Oh, wow.
there's just a tiny amount of topsoil. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's bad soil because there's so much, it's all volcanic.
Yeah.
Do you know this, Peter? And this is a sweeping generalization that I'm probably gonna get torn apart for in the comments. But the whole like
Perfect.
joke is Greenland has nothing. It's just ice and barren, and Iceland is like relatively green and vegetative, which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. And that's like the Vikings named it wrong when they first
Right. No,
discovered it.
I've
and-
definitely heard that because I pulled it
Greenland.
out as like an icebreaker. Like I'll just walk straight up to somebody and I'll be like,
That was your
"Iceland, you
opening line to your wife on Tinder, right?
That's right. Yeah. And it worked.
Yeah, no, it's weird. So the part when you fly to Iceland, you fly into Keflavik, which is right next to Reykjavik. That's where the airport is.
Okay.
Mhm.
The whole area where the airport is, and like you've probably seen pictures of like the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, of course.
That
I'd love to
includes-
dive it. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a cool tourist attraction.
That's where the Blue Lagoon is?
the Blue Lagoon is is close to the airport
Oh,
in Keflavik.
wow.
It's awesome. It's a fun
Yeah.
day. You go out.
Yeah,
you buy
that
your,
That's incredible.
you buy your ticket to get in there. It comes with 2 little coupons. Each one entitles you to an ice cold beer at the little swim
Well,
up
I'm
bar.
sure they're not warm beers there.
Yeah, no, it's delightful. But the whole area where the airport's built, that only bubbled out of the ocean. That was ocean 600 years ago.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That land is only 600 years old.
Oh, you're kidding.
Which is crazy. Yeah, just a big volcanic ball. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how it worked, but it literally bubbled up out of the ocean. So it's just like black moonscape.
The
Oh, wow.
Northern Lights are also visible from there, aren't they?
The whole country, I think.
I think
So you could
but I
be
don't know.
potentially sitting in the Blue Lagoon watching the Northern Lights.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
moment in your life.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure
would.
would.
Ice cold beer in hand.
Oh,
All right, so
yeah.
speaking of ice cold beer, Can we play a little game today?
I'd love
I
to.
love games.
I wanna
Okay.
play
So we
games.
do this thing in rugby called buffalo. You know what buffalo is?
Oh, it's a rugby game?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Okay. So a buffalo is when you drink your beer. Okay, you drink it.
Let me guess. Hold on. You chug it and then you smash it up your asshole.
That is a rugby game as well. That's a different game. But we're gonna instate buffalo rules today. Okay.
Okay.
So here's buffalo rules, and here's why. Rugby is very, very classy, very cultural game.
Absolutely.
So if you drink with your right, and then you meet somebody at a social event, no, give me your other hand.
Oh.
You're giving them a cold, wet hand from drinking your beer.
Sure.
So you can only drink with your left.
Okay.
And if you're caught drinking with your right, it's very rude to point. We all know this. So you have to call buffalo. So if I see you, it's only when you're taking a sip. So if you're taking a sip of your beer
Yeah, I'm taking
with
a
your
sip
right
of my-
hand, and I call buffalo, you have to finish the beer, regardless of what state it's at.
Got it.
So it's left hand
Lefties
drinking
only. Because we're going to be doing a lot of handshaking on this couch.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Never
It's,
know who's going to storm in that door.
I bet when you're playing this, what I would consider a game that 8-year-olds would play with, a Kool-Aid.
We're not very smart people. who
Yeah.
play rugby.
I believe that this leads to a lot more spilled beers.
Well, the thing is, it's not a game that you like turn on or off. It's full time. So
Yeah.
if you're ever out drinking, like literally, and Santa Barbara is small. You guys have been many times. You're sitting at a bar and you're sipping a beer with like your wife, and a rugby guy walks up. He's like, "Buffalo."
Is
That's
this
it.
before or
chugging.
after he smacks you in the back of the head with a shoe for no reason?
That can be at any point in time. Yeah.
God, rugby guys are such fucking apes.
Well,
I love you guys.
Drag
so.
your nuts around across
Speaking,
your forehead.
speaking of Buffalo,
Yeah.
what's in the news?
Mm.
There is some
Some
Great
more
American
news, guys.
Buffalo bison related news.
Can we start by just saying, if you see a bison, a baby, if you see anything, don't just fucking go and hug it and take a selfie with it. Just don't do it. You know,
Yeah.
just don't. It doesn't matter if it's a bison or a wolf.
It's never gonna end well.
Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. So what's happened? Yellowstone National Park has specifically requested that visitors understand the negative impacts of interacting with animals because, if I'm not mistaken, there was a young bison, I think, in a creek or near to a creek, and some good Samaritan jumped out of their car, rushed down to the creek, and pulled this young bison out of the creek to save it, which it can swim, and it was probably absolutely fine. And now,
God.
if I'm not mistaken, I need to check in on all of this. The mother would not take it back because it's covered in human scent. It's seen a human all over it, and now they have to euthanize the baby bison.
Dude, that is terrible. And I hope they like called her and told her that, and that it was
actually
her fault.
it was a guy.
Really?
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was a woman. Oh, you know why I thought it was a woman? Because there was the other woman
Yeah.
the same week who was like
Oh.
taking the selfie with it.
Yeah,
Did you
we
see
watched
that
a
one?
video on that.
Yeah, and she's literally like her butt is on the bison
Uh-huh.
and she's selfieing. It's like, either way, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, just don't like.
Like humans are the worst. Why can't we enjoy anything without fucking filming it, dude? It's so annoying. I mean, I do it too, but I'm pretty good at like kind of just enjoying the moment. And then I never look at my pictures after I take them.
I collect them.
ever.
I've taken probably 9,000 pictures of my kid in 2 years.
Yeah.
And like, once in a while, like if I'm on an airplane, I'll like scroll through and look
Yeah.
at them
Sure.
and get a
It's
little
about the only
smile
time.
and start crying.
Yeah.
Some drunk
Hey, I
as
heard
shit.
you cried at your kid's birthday party. Is that true?
No, my wife texted your wife that we both got emotional at the birthday party.
You're
All
making
right.
Kyle cry with laughter in the corner.
So I like how you extrapolated it out to that I cried and made a scene.
Well, I mean, the only emotion I ever see out of you is anger. So it was either that or
I'm
crying.
much happier now. So, dude, when I was doing the Yellowstone show last year,
Yeah.
With Kev Cost.
It was
yeah,
Steven Seagal.
yeah,
Kidding.
yeah.
How dare you?
I'm sure he would have been a pain in the ass to work with.
Yes.
But we had this one sequence that was amazing where the bison are crossing this river. They're
Yeah.
crossing the Yellowstone River.
Cool.
And man, you see this adult bison just swept down, gone.
Oof.
Wow.
And this little baby swimming
Oh.
and starts getting swept down, this little calf,
Mm-hmm.
and swimming across. And the mom, like straight downstream, because the calf's getting swept down,
Mhm.
uses her body to create a break in the current.
And let it.
And then
come
they
back to
swim
shore.
across together, and she
Oh, that's
basically
awesome.
builds a break
Wow.
using her, big like 2,000 pound
Yeah.
body, and they make it across, and then she licks it, and it's adorable.
The-
Yeah.
What I find interesting about this whole thing is that if a human touches a baby bison,
Bison.
Bison.
boom,
Nice bison.
the parents are gone. They just abandon it, but will risk life and almost die getting it across the river and then lick it.
And
That's intriguing. Yeah, they couldn't. In this case, where the guy pushed it up out of the river,
yeah.
they tried to reunite the calf with the herd, and they wouldn't take it, and then it was like wandering around the
Right.
road.
It's so sad.
And
man.
I mean, look, like I understand the guy's point of view, especially if you're uneducated. You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Buffalo. Yep.
What does that mean? What do I have to do?
You have to finish your beer
Dude.
all the way down. 9 a.m. It's good for you.
It's quite early.
Nice breakfast. Good. And
quite
now you have to
early.
fill it up.
You know
and-
what? I'm okay with it because Fat Tire's so
Well,
good.
now you have to fill it up again and hope
It's
that you don't
so
buffalo
it's so
again.
light, yeah.
Dude, this is
It's kind of hard to reach around the mic.
It is.
stand.
You have to move
fair
around
to
it.
me because I have 2 drinks going.
Just don't drink with your right. That's all. It's that simple.
I mean, did I ever agree to this? I don't think I agreed
Doesn't matter.
to
We're
that.
playing.
Yeah, you have to agree to play. Yeah, I like how.
But sorry, back to my point here. I do understand where the guy's coming from. Like if I'm driving down the road, I don't know much about him. Like I'm going to save that bison. Like I get it. I'd do the same exact thing. If I genuinely thought the animal was in danger and that I had the ability to save it, I would try and save it. Like good for him for thinking that way at least and wanting to save it.
Right.
It just isn't the right thing. to
Right.
do.
It wasn't. There was no malintent to it.
Right.
But you know,
We don't know.
I think that.
That's true.
Well, that's true.
Maybe you wanted a new pet.
yeah,
You should know. I think that everybody should know who likes animals and who loves.
he
animals.
looks like a nice guy. by
That's
the
what I
way.
mean.
For sure.
Like
He does.
He thinks he
looks-
was
yeah.
helping.
He had
for
to
sure.
pay. He ended up
does.
having to pay $1,000 in fines.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
pleading guilty.
Yeah.
But listen, like anybody, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not even into animals, if you are, you have to know, leave animals alone. They don't want to be interacted with. They don't want to be saved.
It's true.
I mean, they just want to live their lives. If they die, they die.
Also, I don't think anybody listens to this podcast that doesn't like animals.
I
That would
don't
be
know,
odd.
man.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
you
don't
never
know.
You never know.
Some people listen to see me.
That's true. Buffalo. Now you have to finish
I'm
your
not
beer.
doing it,
You
dude.
have to finish your
No.
beer.
No,
ludicrous.
It's what,
Dude,
We'll
the
lose it.
microphone's
off
in
the
your
rails.
way. We'll do this in a social setting.
How do you not understand how the game works?
Yeah.
It's
I
so
do. I
simple.
Play
understand
Buffalo
perfectly.
tonight when we have a
I
sleepover.
just don't care at all.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm not.
Well, that was
playing.
fun. This is why you don't play rugby. You guys don't abide by the rules.
No, I don't play rugby because you have to drink everybody's sweaty beer out of a sweaty shoe, and you do it every time you apes
With
get together.
with pubes in it.
Yeah.
Ew!
Did it on Saturday. I
Did you-
didn't do it.
you
I
didn't?
scored many times. Our rookie of the year had to.
It's always
Yeah.
the rookie,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah. It's like
God.
hazing.
You guys are
great.
hazing.
All right, so I want to try. Can we try the new segment now?
Let's
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
this.
let
Awesome.
us.
What
like
is
the food?
okay? So people, I think, oftentimes that enjoy the pod, the brosteners and sisters, I think sometimes see me as like an extension of you, right? Because they know that we've been on a lot of trips together, and so and I think you're harder to get a hold of.
That's true.
So
I think that's true.
I get a fair amount of questions on Instagram, you know, the people that DM me and
Yep.
stuff like that. I
Yep.
look at the
this,
comments.
This was your idea, this whole thing that we're doing.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. And it's a good idea.
But just me as a TV producer who's
Yep.
behind the camera going on a lot of expeditions, by far the biggest question I get is about gear.
100%.
Sometimes it's about camera gear, stuff like that.
Yep.
But it's like oftentimes about outdoor gear.
Yep.
Hey, you've
Yep.
been to Greenland, like I'm going on a cold weather thing. What do you think's the best coat?
Right. Best
is it
boots,
worth
best
it?
bags, best hats, best shirts.
How many
best lightweight
questions a day
pants.
do you get about people specifically asking about gear?
Literally dozens, probably 2 to 3 dozen per day. And of course, I can't respond to them all. So they
Yeah.
sort of just go in a trash.
So we thought
But-
let's
yeah.
do a segment.
Yep.
We'll see if people like it.
Yep.
Where we just say, what's your favorite? Just what's one of your favorite pieces of gear that you actually use that you have cool stories about that you would be like, here's something that I actually
I love
bring
it.
on every trip.
I love it. And in fact, because I'm so well prepared, I completely forgot to actually bring something to show off. But fortunately, we're having a sleepover.
Yes.
And thus, I pack in my outdoor gear.
yes.
So I brought with me, which was lucky that you reminded me, my buoy bag. So you look at it and you go, all right, cool. A regular 45-liter duffel.
It looks
right?
like a very nice gym bag.
It does, like a nice moss green bag, but feel it. Give it a feel.
Yeah.
Patrick, I gave you one of these, so
Yes.
I know you know. But
Oh
feel
yeah,
it,
it's
Peter.
clearly waterproof.
This is a dry bag.
That is a dry bag. So this has this true zipper, which is this like really impressive like imagine a giant Ziploc bag
Mhm.
that's not going to fall apart the second you put anything heavier than a slice of bread in it. And it's amazing. So it just looks like a duffel, but it is 100% waterproof. And I'll tell you why it's so useful. Remember when we were shooting in the Bahamas, Face the Beast?
Yes, sir.
Remember I gave
Yes, sir.
remember I gave Brian and Andrew Eucles these bags.
Yep.
And I said, hey, because they had to swim ashore, remember to overnight on the
Swim
island.
ashore many times. Yeah.
Many times. And they're going to swim ashore and they had their, remember Eucles was like, oh, I got too much gear, chooch, can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, here you go.
Yeah.
And I gave them these bags.
Eucles literally had a Jansport backpack with all his stuff that he was going to take swimming ashore to camp for the night.
Right.
That's
correct.
something that I would do for sure.
And I
It
think,
is,
and
but
I think
he's
Grossenbecker
like
had
a fantastic outdoors person.
Yeah.
You, however, are not. But the point being,
resent that.
so we're doing this new segment, the gear review segment. This is one of my favorite things. I travel everywhere with it, even to have our sleepover, which is a fully waterproof duffel. Throw it in the bed of a truck, throw it on the deck of a boat. You can put your clothes in there, camera gear in there, scientific tools, anything. And as long as you zip it, I mean, look, I'll show you. Oh, and by the way, on the inside here, there's this
the little cinch strap.
cinch strap,
I know,
yes,
it's
to help
nice.
close it so that the zipper doesn't blow out. I was like,
Oh, nice.
it's so nice, man. But like, it's literally, this is how waterproof it is. So you guys will love this if anybody gets one. You zip it up all the way. Look at that. I literally can't squeeze the air out of it.
What if I
like-
want to squeeze the air out?
Well, then you unzip it, you dum-dum.
Yeah, then you
But-
unzip it a little bit.
Yeah.
I
but
do
it's
like
fully,
that
fully
it's
waterproof.
incredibly, it looks super durable. So even if it's not going
You
in
beat
the
the
water
shit out of it. You throw it. It starts raining. You don't like it. It's
for
great.
camping, like
Yeah.
anything.
You can
yeah.
swim your gear in and out
Yeah.
with it, and it doesn't get wet.
That's-
Which if
that's
you're
nice.
I mean, literally, I would throw my laptop in this and swim ashore and not be worried
I went
about
to
Yeah, when it starts raining, Mitch throws his red
every
in
time
his buoy bag.
in a big
Yeah, they're
panic.
sweet.
I went
Yeah.
camping at like Lake Kachuma out here, and I just had a bag.
It's by my house.
Yeah, and I went. We got a little boat there. We didn't know it was going to happen, and I'm like stressing out about how I'm going to keep all my stuff dry. And so of course I just bring it like on there. Phone's all wet. Everything's just soaking wet because the water's coming in the boat.
Yeah.
I'm not like an experienced boater. I wish I had one of these buoy
No,
bags.
it's every bag I own's a dry bag.
Yeah.
Because it's just there's no stress. You beat the shit out of them.
Yep. Great.
And you just never worry about shit getting wet. They're great. And this one, I love this one. You guys kind of make fun of me, but I wear it like a backpack.
I've seen it. It's,
Oh my
it's
god!
great.
Let's
Dude, it's-
see. Can we see?
I'm not standing up. I can't get out.
But it is, and
yeah.
it's great. And you're right, Peter. Like that's a perfect application. These guys make a backpack. They make this duffel. They make smaller cases. Like they're fantastic. So check out buoy gear. I'm a big fan. It's certainly important for me to have. So I recommend everybody check it out. It's great to have a dry bag. They make backpacks, duffels, smaller bags, all kinds of things. And it's one of those things you'll just never regret having. You have something that keeps your gear dry, whatever size it is. Great gear review.
So I use it when I travel with my wife because it's just my main duffel bag.
Yeah,
And that fits in for me. That fits enough stuff for a week
perfect.
because I have
A toothbrush and 4 t-shirts.
yeah, exactly.
4 black
One
t-shirts.
pair of jeans.
Yeah.
But so I'm always carrying it, and my wife's got her roller bag.
Yeah.
Through airports, and she's like, I just don't know why you carry that thing. Like what? I'm like, it's not bothering me. And then we'll be out on a day trip, like when we were in Mexico City and we went out to the temples.
Yeah,
Starts raining.
everything's in there.
That's the
No,
thing.
I don't let her. She's not allowed to put anything
Shut
in my
up.
dry bag.
You would not
no,
do
of
that.
course
Yeah.
I have to let her, but yeah.
I like the sentiment though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. Like that segment, man. We got to do more of those.
I think it's fun, and also it's like
People
It's-
love it.
it's also
Well, let us
just
know.
what we talk about. Like when we're in the field, we fucking talk about gear constantly.
24/7. It's the only thing
fun
we
to
talk
talk
about.
And
Yeah.
also, it saves your ass.
100%.
Right? If you're
Yeah.
somewhere like on my shoot with BTG where it rained for 30 straight days, the people who have the dopest gear are the happiest.
100%.
Or
Everybody
if
else
it's
is
cold or
miserable.
if it's hot.
Tools are the thing that separates us from the animals.
That's
hands
right.
down.
Those that
Except,
show up in
yeah.
moon boots and what else?
I've been thinking about Neil the entire time
Yeah,
on this
dude,
segment.
Unreal. He told you how he took him to REI to buy stuff and then he
Yes,
returned it the
he
next day,
returned
right?
it, yeah.
Unreal.
He had to buy child-sized stuff also.
Ah, Neil, I know you're not watching, so
All right.
F you.
yeah.
Top 3 DFL.
Right into
we
another
go.
game over.
That's excited about this one. This is a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, let's introduce the newest member of the Wild Times team,
Yeah.
Edwin.
Eduardo?
Edwin, yeah. This is from Edwin. Thank you very much, everybody. Brosteners, you probably know him. He's an OG, used to be on the Discord.
Day one.
Reaches out to everybody. He runs the TWT memes page,
Yep.
right? And makes all those memes, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out. You'll figure it out. It's on Instagram. TWT, shut up, Kyle. TWT memes page. Kyle's like, yes, he's going to do it right.
TWTmemes.com.
Don't worry, Kyle will put it up on screen.
Yeah, Kyle will put it up. And Edwin has joined on the team officially. He is one of the producers of the show now. So, give Edwin a nice Brostener high five digitally or in person.
Just a good dude. Just a good
Yeah,
dude.
good guy.
Let's bring back top 3 DFL. We haven't done it in a while.
Woo!
All right, let's do it.
For those who are new, we're just going to say a category. Everyone's going to take a quick turn, listing their top 3 favorites,
Yep.
and DFL stands for dead fucking last.
Okay.
Like what's the worst
It's
one?
garbage. It's trash.
Terrible.
It
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Yeah.
Phone apps.
Ooh, that's
wow.
a good one.
Okay.
I can go first.
Are
Go
these
for it.
real phone apps, or we can also make fictitious ones? that
Real
don't exist?
phone
No,
apps,
It could be
man.
fictitious.
What-
What? Just make up an app and be like,
Yeah,
this is my least favorite app.
Yeah, the app where it just kills you. Like,
Yeah.
what? Okay, my top 3.
Go ahead.
DFL is going to take. Oh, I know my DFL.
Okay.
Okay, top 3. I'm going to go with the League.
The League.
That's a dating app. I don't know if it's still good, but I met my wife on there.
Oh, wow. Look at
So,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
The League.
It
Okay.
was great. What I
Also a
liked
good
about
TV show.
what I liked about it, I
It's
don't
a
even know if
great
it
TV
still
show.
works, is that you could only see 5 people a day.
Oh, interesting.
So for someone like me, like it's just better because then I'm not sitting
You're not
there.
just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Makes
to
sense.
really pay attention. You kind of
Why is Kyle writing down notes?
yeah. So that was that. Okay, so for dating app number 2, I can't live without. It's just a can't live without it app. DoorDash.
Oh, interesting.
I just can't.
I don't get food delivery.
Yeah,
where
I mean,
wish.
it's a bit controversial. They're a horrible company. I mean, if you have money, they're fine, but they charge you like $10 extra. If you go to the actual website, and this is the reason I stopped using them, it'll be $3
Big rant
more.
coming on your.
$3 more for the same menu item to go
Correct.
through DoorDash.
Yes, you do generally pay for services and goods.
Hey, dum-dum, you also pay a delivery charge, a service charge, and then there's one other
Doesn't
charge
matter.
on there that just doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't matter. I
So
love
you're
the app.
you're talking about a $30 Taco Bell order is now $50 to $60 because of the upcharge.
Don't use it and stop being poor.
I you know
that
what?
easy.
That I know people hate you more now for saying that, so
It's
I'm happy.
fine. I don't think ever in the history of top 3 DFL has someone attacked someone's pick this.
No, that's
You're supposed to say
hates
things
it.
you like.
Calm down.
scream.
Why are you so
Not around
angry?
here.
I'm
Bro.
allowed to have my own opinion on your
Get your-
shitty
All right, what's
app.
your number 1?
Get your
What's your number
BAC
1?
under
Relax,
control over there.
relax. Well, if I didn't have to chug beers because of this stupid game.
I love DoorDash. There's nothing more
Horrible.
fun and comforting than just going in, seeing what's new. Love it.
Okay.
Man, I mean, this is pretty pathetic. I'm just gonna say it because it's changed my life
Okay.
in so many ways.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Uber.
Uber. Yeah.
I mean,
that's not pathetic.
But it's an easy
You
one.
need
But
it.
it's changed
Yep.
all of our lives. I
Yeah.
am old enough to have lived in LA
Pre-Uber.
pre-Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would call the yellow cab.
40
and they-
minutes.
They would say 5 to 15 minutes. and
They
it was always
may
an hour.
or may not show up.
right.
Yeah.
And you have no way to track it either. You're
No.
like, oh, they might be coming.
Dude,
Yeah.
could you imagine? Like, that was only a few years ago. You didn't know.
Not that long ago.
Now you
Yeah.
can, like, watch them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like Uber is maybe a technology we got from the alien crafts.
Fact.
DFL, easy for me.
What is it?
Okay.
The Domino's Pizza app.
Oh, I've never had it.
I like a nice. I love pizza. I
You
eat
love
it at least-
Domino's. You
I eat
do.
it once a week. Domino's thin crust, great product.
You love it. I
Mhm.
know.
The problem with the app is this: they tell you, John, put your pizza in the oven.
Right.
You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your pizza's out of the oven. Great.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then it tells you it's out for delivery. Okay. Time's going by. Time's going by. Time's going by. But I know what time my pizza came out of the oven,
Right.
and now 20 minutes has gone by.
And there's still no sign of John.
No
with the
sign
pizza.
of the delivery guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm preheating my oven to rewarm a pizza that does not deal well with being
This is a
rewarmed.
stressful
awful.
scenario
This
for you.
sounds
And it's
terrible.
already ruined.
Yeah. The
So,
eating experience is over at this
It's
point.
over.
Yeah.
I deleted the app. I'm done. and to be honest, I mean, this is my opinion. I'm done with Domino's, period.
Because of the app?
Because the user experience is no longer good, man. Like, I grew up eating this shit, right?
Yeah.
You
so
love
Domino's
Domino's.
is like a nostalgia food. It was Friday
Same,
night at my
same.
house,
Yep.
right?
Big in
And
college.
Oh, yeah.
the last probably 5 or 6 times I've ordered it, it just shows up like a fucking brick. The cheese is on half the pizza.
Oh,
It's
geez.
ice cold. It's always ice cold.
Ugh.
That's a testament to just people getting lazier, though. The
I
delivery
guess, but it's
drivers
just shit.
flying around the car. And plus, I introduced you to Marco's. Go to Marco's.
True,
It's
Marco's
much
is
Oh,
better
Marco's
pizza.
bomb. We had that last time I was at
It's
Pat's.
so good.
Good
Forrest,
pizza.
what are your top three?
No. Let me go second.
Okay.
Because I've been studying it. He needs more time.
I'll
to
study too
you've
for
been
a second. I
scrolling
think
through
I
your
got
phone.
mine, but yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead.
so I'm going to go top app. I use it every day, and there's actually a big controversy right now. It's an app, a third-party app to browse Reddit called Joey. Reddit is getting rid of the third-party apps.
You love
I
Reddit.
use this app. I mean, if I looked at the time on phone, it'd be 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. I'm on this app more than I look at my kids.
Is it because you got banned from Reddit?
Yeah.
Well,
of
I'm
course.
banned from posting on Reddit, but the good part about Reddit is you can still always browse. Okay.
Got it.
So that's my by far my top app. My second app that I would go with is it's got to be Venmo, dude.
Venmo's great.
That's a game changer. For
Yeah.
sure.
Dude, it's just like Uber. It used to be like you had to have cash to pay like service people to do things. Now it's just like, oh, here's your QR code. Oh,
Sure.
boom, you're paid out of my bank account. Like
It's actually like gotten to the point where it's infuriating when someone doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It's
oh
so
yeah. You're like,
true.
why? Like,
Just
this
make
is-
your
sound
life
ridiculous,
better.
But I've like been trying to tell my mom to get Venmo for like 4 years because she's always like, "You still owe me $8 from that." I'm like, I don't have $8 cash. Nobody's carried cash since like
Right.
2017. Like,
Yeah, most stores don't even take it anymore.
yeah, like I'm just like, get one way for me to pay you other than write you a $7 check or go to the bank
By the
and
way,
get cash.
checks have to be the absolute worst form of money transfer in the world. You're
insane.
just putting a piece of paper that has I believe it used to have your social security number on it. It has
should
like
just-
your
yeah.
address, your
Yeah.
phone number,
Everything.
your bank account, your
And then you
routing
just, and
number.
you just sort of throw it in the mail. You're like,
Yes!
hope it lands.
Yeah.
U.S. Postal Service always killing it.
Dude, my
Yep.
mom sent out a check. Her bank account got hacked for $1,000. I'm like, Ma, you can't send out checks to pay your Comcast bill anymore.
don't do
Like,
that.
You can't do it.
No.
So the last
Sorry.
one, and
Good
this
one,
is
though.
this is my number one, man. This is a game changer. It's a wonderful gift, and I got this for my mom because we had the kid. It's an app called Frameo, and it's this new
Frame.io.
No, Frameo.
Oh, I think I have something .io like
but
that.
so basically,
anyway.
you can buy these digital frames with
Okay.
pictures.
Yeah.
And then with the app, you just upload pictures to it. It goes to your mom's frame. So like with the kid, I'm just,
Oh.
Interesting.
and they have a bunch
That's
of different
really
ones.
cool.
Dude,
It's
I'm
amazing.
I'm buying that for my mom for
I'm-
Christmas.
It's a great gift.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
No,
We-
not a
No,
sponsor.
but that's a great idea.
That's
But
an amazing
it's
idea.
so good.
Does
that,
it
like,
go to your hidden album? Because that would be a problem.
No, you have to
Okay.
specifically upload.
Okay, thank
but if you
God.
want to have one in your room and you send your hidden album ones there to get in the mood, you can do that too.
Interesting.
Okay,
Uh,
DFL.
DFL, I have this lock on my door. It's an automatic lock. It's a Quick Set Lock is the brand name. Their app is the shittiest. This is an app that is supposed to unlock your door when you click unlock
Yep.
Understood,
on
yeah.
it. Doesn't work.
Yep.
Constantly updating, like loses Bluetooth connection. It has other benefits, like it's a fingerprint and you can use a regular key. But the app, it's like they just made the app as an afterthought. Like nobody's going to use this app to
They're
actually
like,
open
just find
the
some
freaking
kid
door.
who just
Yeah.
graduated.
Some 12-year-old. Yeah. Make
And
him
it's
make
never
it.
gotten better. I've had it for over a year. They keep saying they've improved things. It's
Nothing.
worse. So
It's worse.
Quick Set Lock app, F off, DFL.
Wow.
Forrest, what
Okay,
do
here
you
we go.
got?
So mine are none of these are sponsors. They're just all outdoor related apps that have
I was
changed
hoping
how I
you
do
would.
things.
I was hoping
that
you would
makes
go in
sense.
this
Yeah, because
direction.
that's what I
Animal
thought of straight
podcast.
away. So my third one is Onyx. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Yeah, Onyx is great. So Onyx is an off-road app. There's an Onyx Hunt and an Onyx Off-Road. I just have the off-road one. But what's so good about it for mushroom hunting and for anybody listening to this who wants to explore, it tells you where public land and private land is.
Yep.
And it'll even tell you who owns the private land on
Wow.
the app. So if you're like, man, I always wanted to hike through here, it'll list on there like the name of the corporation or owner of the private land, and you can send them an email or be like, hey, would it be possible to come
That's pretty
hike through here
incredible.
or mushroom hunt or check out that waterfall? Or more importantly, you can be like, oh, here's the Onyx, and you didn't hear this from me. Oh, the house is way up on that corner of the property, and only this little chunk is private, and the waterfall's right there. So if I just
Right.
hop this one fence,
Nice.
Oh, I know.
probably
I
not
know. It's
gonna
a
get
life
caught.
pro
It's
tip.
a huge game changer for like avid like hunters.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Onyx is great.
It's
I
like the
strongly
Uber
recommend
for
it.
outdoors people, basically.
Pretty
It
much.
sounds like
It's
a game
awesome.
changer.
It's great. And then similar to that, the other one that I think has changed literally everybody's life that goes onto the water is Navionics. Navionics is an app that has all of the bathymetry, all of the closure zones.
What's bathymetry?
It's geography underwater.
Oh, cool.
Like where the peaks and valleys are, blah, 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 underwater.
Nice.
And it as long as you have service or you have the map downloaded, it acts just like a big old Garmin, like no fish finder or anything, but like a Garmin chart plotter. So you can literally just like jump on any little shitty speedboat or canoe or anything and throw up your Navionics and be like, oh, can't go in there. That's a closed zone. Oh, this looks like good fishing. There's like a good
Is it all
reef here.
satellite,
Wow.
or do you need to have cell signal for that one to work?
So you need to have cell signal for it to be live updating
Got it.
where you're going, but you can download the map ahead of time. You have to pay for it. Well, these are all pay for apps, but you have to pay for it ahead of time. But like when I'm going to Baja, like Kyle was with me, and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to be in this area of Baja. I download the whole map,
That's
no
cool.
cell phone service, and the satellite will upload where you are.
That's
so
cool.
your little, just like on your Google Maps or whatever, your little icon of where you are will move around. It's not perfect because it's not like a fish finder where you're like, oh, I'm right over the rock pile or whatever. It's like,
But this is like something that 10 years ago you would have to pay $800 for to have on your boat.
more than that.
Yeah.
Like $8,000 back in the day.
It's
Yeah.
crazy
And,
how the world has changed.
yeah, so I love that app, and I think, it's really replaced a lot of like chart plotting stuff, which is great. I mean, like literally when I was in New York a few weeks ago, we were pretty much lost in the sound, and I was like, oh, this is the port we came out of. I can see it here, and we just followed the Navionics back.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then number one for me, I've talked about it before, but that Bird Buddy thing. The fact that I
Dude,
can just look
that
at the
thing is
birds.
awesome.
Yeah, I look at the birds on my phone, like who's visiting the
Did
bird
you,
feeder.
did-
I forgot.
God-
I didn't even bring the fucking gear. I just brought my duffel bag.
That was like the thing
Sorry,
I was
I know.
most excited
and we
about.
even
you coming
talked
over
about
for.
yesterday. I,
know.
was like, what are the things I need to bring? And then I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's okay. It's
it's sitting
forgive
in
you.
my office for you, so it's there. But yeah,
The
I love
Bird
that
Buddy,
one.
man. That thing's incredible.
It's so cool to see the birds live.
What's your DFL?
My DFL, there's two that I'm debating between, but I think it has to be the Apple Fitness, Apple Health. Is it? The one with the little heart? You guys probably have.
Yeah.
It's useless. It's garbage. It's like I wear the Whoop. I have the Garmin Fitness thing, and then I have the Apple. The Whoop and the Garmin are like, okay, you did 2,180 steps today, and the other one's like, you did 2,182 steps, and then Apple's like, you did 18,974 steps
you think
today.
It goes high?
It's all over the place. And then the next day it'll be like, you did no steps. I'm like, I just ran a half marathon. It's just a
Yeah.
fucking mess, dude. Like that. And I
Yowza.
used to rely on the Apple Health app for like my data, like my workout data for like a couple years.
Yeah.
It's clownish.
Well, it's still better than DoorDash, though. I just want to throw that out there.
I hate your pick.
That's a
Why
fun
would
game.
I
I'm
get-
I'm
do
glad you
think I
brought it
wanna
back.
live like this guy?
No.
What do you mean?
Who am I going to take life advice from?
What? I mean, what do you mean?
You've been banned from Reddit.
That's-
Like,
you have.
You've never been on Reddit.
I've never.
I
been on
actually,
Reddit.
I have not signed on
Oh.
into Reddit. The only Reddits I've read are the ones you send me.
That's okay. You get angry about apps. It's fine.
This whole thing about me being angry, it's like if we've got 120 podcasts we can go back and listen to, and I'd like to run it through AI and see who spent more time being angry
Yeah, it's definitely you
on
on
the
air.
podcast.
Yeah, but I'm not angry about like little dumb shit like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to get angry if we don't do a video review. Hey, Brosteners, thank you for being loyal subscribers. We appreciate everything that you do. And now we have a membership offer for you.
I think you can get ad-free episodes, I heard.
That's pretty big.
Ad free's big, but you can also get your comments looked at so we don't have to sift through the millions.
How do you do
Comments
that?
there.
Is there some sort of badge system?
There's a badge system, a loyalty badge. Boom. Shows up next to your name in the comments. Boom.
Oh,
We read
man.
the comment.
All this badge talks. I'm going to the badge store.
He's going to
You're
get
a
a badge.
badger.
He's gonna buy one. Didn't earn it. He's going to buy one.
He did a fake leave.
I assumed Kyle would know to cut
Embarrassing.
on the motion.
All right, let's cut now. That's our ad.
Okay, let's do
right.
it.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right, so check this out. So turns out this is a little bit older, but when you think of your trip to Hawaii, you probably don't think of monk seals. Well, look at this lady. She decides to go for a nice swim in an area that was
Oh.
closed off to swimming because this monk seal had a pup.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, she's hammering her.
She's getting
Or,
bit.
sorry, the mother is chasing and biting the swimmer, And I mean, what a beautiful area, by the way.
Yeah.
Crystal
Yeah,
blue
good
water.
God.
But
Oh my God.
Look at this mother monk seal protecting her baby. And
Yeah.
if there were audio on, you'd hear people are like, get out of the water. And the woman's just like not listening.
It's so like calm and beautiful. There's no excuse. The water's not rough. She could hear.
Dude, monk seals are big too.
Big.
Yeah, that thing's massive. Twice the size of her, at least.
And Edwin was telling me, I have it here. He was saying that this area was either closed or there were signs. What did he say?
It was
about-
roped off
It was roped off. Yeah, he
because
said.
the seal had just given birth.
Yeah, and so it was like a known thing.
Yeah.
So
A
I wanted-
rope is pretty clear.
It's pretty clear. And I just want to.
Yeah.
The reason I wanted to do a video on this is one, seals can be dangerous. We think of them as like docile puppies and
like
stuff.
water dogs.
Anything with its pup, anything
Yeah.
with its babe, don't mess with it. And two, just be respectful. Like that's a blatant disrespectful. Like, oh, a mother seal, endangered animal, by the way,
Yeah.
has had a pup. I'm just gonna go for a swim over there. Like,
Yeah.
just don't do that.
How closely
do it.
related is the Hawaiian? I have to imagine the Hawaiian monk seal and the extinct Caribbean monk seal are pretty closely.
I think so. I mean, and there's also a European monk seal as well. And so,
Gotcha.
yeah, they're or Grecian or
Man, that's
something like that.
I did not realize that monk seals were that big.
No,
Massive.
they're big. Beautiful animal, too. Kyle, can you just pull up a picture of a Hawaiian monk seal? They're really
Damn.
cool looking.
What's the difference between a monk seal and a regular seal, other than size, obviously?
I don't know about the difference per se. It's just, you know, a species,
different
a
species.
group or a family rather.
Okay.
Hey, look how cute they are of seal.
Oh,
But let me
so
ask you
cute.
this. Let me riddle you this. Do you know the difference between a seal and a sea lion?
No.
Fair enough. Patrick?
Not really. No, I know there's two different things, but
Ears?
Ears.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, there's other morphological differences, but the fastest, easiest way to tell, you look at the animal and it has ears. Kyle, you can actually pull this up for us, please. Sea lions have extruding ears, whereas seals just have basically a hole in the head. See the little like
Oh,
doggy ears there versus
Wow.
the no ears over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seal versus sea lion.
Dude, they're just water dogs, man. It's
And
so
it, by the
crazy.
way, for all the brosteners, this is a great way to be like a pretentious asshole in front of all your friends. No, don't stay with me
Yeah.
now. You go on a boat because anytime, if you're in California and you see one of these guys, either one in the water, your friends go, "Oh, look, a seal," and you go, "That's a sea lion."
yeah.
Yeah,
You have to laugh first.
yeah. You have to chuckle like what an idiot that person is, and then
Yeah.
you can tell them, well, clearly it has ears, and that's a California sea lion. So.
And then they're gonna yell at you and be like, "You're such a douchebag," and turn around and they're gonna do it to the next person.
100%, it's great, and just remember, you learned it on the Wild Times.
Wild times.
It's funny. I feel like anytime we're in a situation where it's, sea lion versus seal or turtle versus tortoise, Mitch always says the opposite one,
Yeah.
even if it's the less common one.
I've been trying for years to. I think he's doing it on purpose because he's not an idiot.
No, definitely not.
Like I think he does it just to grind my gears. or
Yeah,
argue-
because it'll be like day 6 of like a tortoise-based shoot,
Yep.
and he's calling it a turtle.
Yep.
Then we're looking for the soft shell turtle, and he's calling it a tortoise.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Definitely
whole-
doing it to mess with you.
Yeah, and it works because my face turns red with anger. Yeah.
Well, that's because you almost got him killed by a rhino.
Only once.
Do you know what the word for turtle in Espanol is?
El Tortis.
Tortuga.
Tortuga.
I
See?
like it. So that's turtle in Spanish. What do you think
Yeah.
tortoise is?
Tortle.
Tortuga.
Also
No.
Tortuga.
It's the same word for both.
Yeah,
So it's just easier.
which is logical, by the way.
Why?
Why? Because it's just you're naming the group.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're just like, it's green and it's got a shell.
Yeah.
But I
It's
thought
just
like
one
turtles.
word's good.
Turtles are more aquatic and tortoises are not.
Generally, yeah, more
Okay.
than generally, like for like 96%, I would say.
Wait,
yeah.
is there a turtle that doesn't swim?
Yeah, box turtles.
No. What?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They don't not swim, but they're land turtles that are pretty shitty swimmers. Like they'll drown. Like if I have a little box turtle. Did
Yeah.
I tell you how I got Davis, our little box turtle?
I don't remember.
Oh, it's
But
kind of
tell
funny.
us.
So we have one of these guys, an eastern box turtle. You dunk him in water that he can't stand in, he drowns.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
How did this species survive? Like, what advantage does it have? It's not venomous.
It's a
Like if
good
you-
question. Yeah, I just, over time. So the box turtle has this hinge. Kyle, go to the bottom right picture, not all the 2 up from there, sorry. So they have a hinge right there. See that? That they can close.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a little advantage.
Wow.
So that's the advantage. So they've lost,
That's it.
Evolution is trade-offs, right? You
Yeah.
trade off one thing for another. So they've traded off the ability to swim, come on land, and develop this hinged shell.
Dude, it's so crazy every time I learn a new, like, just ludicrous fact. And I'm just like, what Like, how is this real life? This is just like, things are insane when you look at animals. It's a turtle that has a hinge that closes so it can be completely inside with no head sticking out.
And that's its
crazy.
backbone. You know that, right? The turtle shell is its backbone.
I did not.
Yeah, so imagine if instead of your vertebrae inside of your skin, it came out of your skin and then encased your body. That's what a turtle shell is. So that is their vertebrae. So like the old cartoons where the turtle comes out of his shell naked and all that stuff.
Right.
Not a thing. Like that is their backbone. So the shell is the backbone of a turtle.
If you take
tortoise.
a turtle shell off, it will not just run around naked.
No, sadly. And
it won't
I
be
have tried.
embarrassed.
No.
It'll be dead.
Yeah.
It'll
be
red
mush.
face.
Yeah.
So the box turtles were just like, I just don't like being wet.
Yeah.
I want to try something else.
That's it. Because all turtles, minus the fly river turtle, leave the water to lay eggs, right?
Mhm.
So they all come and they nest on riverbanks and lake shores and things like that, seashores. And then I would guess over millions of years, the box turtle was just like, well, it's way better out here. And slowly they just decided to move up there.
What's the most common turtle? Is that a painted turtle?
Red ear slider.
The ones that are out here, like you'll see?
Well, sadly, what should be out here are western pond turtles.
Yeah.
Which they've just changed the Latin, but beautiful native little turtle. It's got this like brown, like crazy palm tree. Like if you look at their shell patterning, there go that one. Yeah, that one. Got these really cool like shell. That one's kind of shitty, but you see the one on the right a little bit better. You got this cool shell patterning. But what's happened is red ear sliders, native to North America, but east of the Rockies, the Rockies were their geographical barrier, have now they're super popular in the pet trade, incredibly hardy. Like I have like 5 in my pond that are all rescues.
Yeah.
And they're pretty too, They get a lot of green color and that nice red pop on their head.
Yep.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, those are the ones I always see. Because I was just out the other day at this pond, and it had all these turtles in it, and I was wondering, which turtles are these?
These guys.
Those
for
were the
sure.
guys, right?
If you see the red, it's a dead giveaway. But yeah, unfortunately, and they're just like the lionfish on the East Coast or whatever, entirely from the pet trade.
Yeah.
And they don't hybridize with the Western pond turtles or basically any of the other species where they're introduced.
Yeah.
But they outcompete them for habitat and resources. They are a better, more able animal. They breed faster. They get bigger. They're stronger. They survive more.
So are they invasive?
Oh yeah, big time.
So they are.
No, they're a
okay.
problem. Yeah, and now actually, this is quite recent. Oh, I never told you guys about my snapping. That's a hilarious story.
Let's have it.
I mean, we've talked about snapping turtles a lot. I'll have to see if I can find this picture. So, snapping turtles. We've talked about the one in the bathtub and all of that. Like, they're not native to the West Coast. Okay, my buddy and I, Ricardo, are up hiking in Ojai, California, which is you guys have both been to Ojai. It's pretty remote. And we're in the Matilaha Creek, which, if anybody's ever been up there, it's not near town. It's like 30 minutes outside of town. You hike for like an hour to get into it. It's remote, like really fucking remote.
Yeah.
And we're hiking down this creek, just the two of us. I think we were fishing or something. Sitting in a puddle, this was like 3 years ago, is a common snapping turtle the size of this table.
What?
Yeah. Invasive species, like not native to the West Coast at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing it's someone's pet that was like this big or something that has escaped and gone into this creek. But just like the 1 in a billion odds of finding this fucking thing.
And has just gotten huge.
And it's massive. And there's so many crayfish in there. Yeah, I mean, it's one of these guys.
Yeah, those are big boys. Look at the legs on that.
I'm probably going to get in trouble for telling this story, but I don't really care. And you can't prove it, so take that. So we find this turtle. And we're sitting there, we've been bass fishing and stuff. And I'm like, what do we do? And Rick's like, yeah, just leave it, whatever. I'm like, I can't leave it. It's an invasive species, like crazy. I can't keep it. If I put it in my pond, it's going to eat all my koi and my other turtles and stuff. Right. So I take this thing, I tape its mouth shut, I stick it in my backpack, and it weighs like 40 pounds. I hike this turtle out, take it to my house, put it in one of those big clear Costco tubs with some water for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I won't say the person's name because I don't want to get him in trouble, but I call my friend who runs a wildlife rescue place in Illinois where they're native to.
Interesting.
And I explain the situation, and I'm like, look, if I call Fish and Game, they're going to euthanize it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to keep it. I don't want to let it back go in California. I'm not driving it to the Midwest. And he's like, well,
you shipped it.
Put it in a box and poke a few holes in it and overnight it. And this is before I had a FedEx account or anything. It cost me $400.
Okay.
Wow.
And I overnighted this 40-pound turtle to my buddy. And I swear to God, this is a true story.
Ludicrous.
I swear to God, this is a true story. And I was like, fuck, I hope it makes it. Because I don't know if it's going to freeze to death or
Well,
anything.
I mean,
but,
it was either going to be euthanized or this, so.
I'll say his first name. Rob calls me and goes, yep, turtle arrived. He's all good.
Nice.
He kept him for like 6 weeks, made sure there were no diseases, like gave him a good betadine bath, all of that, and let him go in the swamp right by his house.
And it's fine for it to be there.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
where it's
gotcha.
native to.
Gotcha.
They're
Wow.
native to Illinois. So that turtle
Yeah.
went from like living it up in SoCal in a creek with everything to eat and all these things to stuck to a Chicago fucking winter. But
Chicago.
but yeah, no, true story. We found
Wow.
this massive invasive snapping turtle in Ojai,
40-pound snapper.
made his
dude.
way, and I know it was 40 pounds because they weighed it in front of me
Right,
at
I was
FedEx.
gonna say.
I was sweating too because I was like, they're gonna open, and you hear it too. It's like
Yeah, of course.
in the box, and luckily the FedEx guy was like 14 and had braces and zits and like didn't notice. But I
Yeah,
was like,
most
somebody's gonna
14-year-olds
rip
do.
this thing open.
By the way, so Kyle just took a sip of his. He's not drinking Fat Tire. He's drinking a very bubbly Kirkland brand sparkling water. He leftied it, but I was watching like a hawk because I wanted to get him
Yeah, that'd be nice.
because
You
I wanted to
leftied
see him
it?
try to chug that.
It's true.
Oh, because I thought it would be hilarious if Kyle had to chug that
Sparkling water and
and then
spit it
just
all over his
vomit
laptop.
foam for 30 minutes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. For what? For
Battle Royale! Brosner Brian Thompson submitted
Ooh.
this one.
Rhino.
Forrest picked it. He likes it.
I like it a lot. I
Thanks,
like it a lot.
Brian.
Thanks,
Spelled
Brian.
with a Y.
Want me to say that?
Bryan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
B-R-Y-N, Brian.
Battle
It's
Royale.
cooler.
YAM.
Oh, yeah, Brian, instead of spelled with an F. Yeah.
Right.
Or a T.
What do we got?
All right, so this Battle Royale, submitted by Brian Thompson, is make a hybrid of 3 animals to create the ultimate fishing buddy. Love
Okay,
it. I'm
okay.
a big fisherman.
Okay.
As usual, it's head, body, and a special power. The caveat,
Head
though.
body special power. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm,
Okay.
mhm. The
Boy.
caveat, though, is only one feature can be from an aquatic animal.
Okay.
This is tough, but let me go first since I don't have a Google here and I want to take the best
A
animal.
Google. Doesn't have a
You don't have a Google machine?
I don't have a Google machine. Let me just take the best animal first. I'm going with the octopus.
Well, that's your
That's my one aquatic.
okay. And what about the octopus?
So the
The
octopus,
head, the body, or the special power?
it's going to have the body with
Okay,
the,
the 8 arms.
yeah, with the 8 arms.
Very good.
So when
Tentacles.
tentacles, arms.
Yep, that's fine. That's
Octo,
good.
8.
Brosners, you're gonna have to weigh in and let us know who wins this one when we're done. Pat, you want to
So
go
it's
next?
got a
Also-
lot of ability to grab shit.
Yeah, it can
Yeah, and
grab
just-
grab 8 fish at once.
Also, let us know who's you hate. Like if you hate the people on the podcast, let us know.
If you hate Kyle,
If you hate me, it's fine. I
you
love
can hate
it.
Kyle.
What if they're mad at Edwin already?
I would be.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't he in the room?
Okay. I find fishing to be god awfully boring. I don't enjoy it. I also really don't enjoy handling the worms. It's just
Also
something
true.
I've never
I'm
gotten.
with you on that. I don't enjoy handling the fish or the worms.
Kyle,
Yeah.
stop laughing like they're little girls. It's that's just their choices.
Avid
So
fisherman.
I'm going to be bored.
Okay,
And I'm going to go for fun
Oh,
with
that's
my fishing
interesting.
buddy.
Okay,
Good call.
Because I got to be there for 6 hours, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the head. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start with the head and brain of a chimpanzee.
okay.
Okay.
Thought you were
All
going
right.
full golden retriever.
But I mean, just
Might
real
have a
quick,
golden
like
retriever body.
an adult one or like a baby one?
No, a full adult chimp.
Well, they're pretty vicious, aren't they? Like,
Don't worry about
I
that.
mean, they bite. Okay.
Don't
Okay.
don't
right
worry.
for the genitalia.
No, I mean the
All right,
assumption
let's
for all of these are that this creature is going to be trained.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
Fair
course.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
My
scale
octopus will
to
be
the
trained.
body as
Yeah,
always.
the
Okay.
animal's the size of the body.
Head, body, special power. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm going to pick first with the head of a cormorant. Okay. A cormorant
What's
is
that?
Hilarious animal. Love
yeah,
him.
a goofy looking seabird. This guy right here.
Oh, nice.
Now, what's really interesting about this, and this is pretty cool. I believe it's China, might be Vietnam. Guys will actually train them to fish for them, and they'll put little rings around their necks. And so what'll happen is they'll get a flock of cormorants. And Kyle, hopefully you can find this. Yeah, like that first picture there.
There you
Cormorant fishing.
Yeah.
They'll get a whole flock of cormorants, and they'll go out on their boats and they'll fish with these cormorants. And the reason the rings around his neck, like you can see there, is they'll catch the fish, and the fish that are small enough they'll swallow, and the fish that are too big they'll spit back in the guy's boat.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, and so these are awesome. Like, see it there? They're really good diving birds. They can see fish from really far away and swim down and grab them. But I'm just taking the head for right now. Just going for the head of a cormorant.
I will say, in the Galapagos, I spent a lot of my downtime just watching the cormorants
Dive and swim underwater.
Yeah, and even when they were on land, because
Yep.
they do that funny thing with the throat.
Yeah.
They're funny little birds. Not little, they're big.
Yeah.
They're cool birds.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still working on my body. So I've got the head of a cormorant, special powers of praying mantis. Okay. So you imagine those little scyther claws there. Those are just barbed spears that guy
you're
has.
spearfishing.
Yeah. So I'm building a good diver here. So I got the head of a cormorant, great free dive breath hold, ability to seek out fish, and then these 2 built-in spears that just shoot out. They're barbed. You're going straight through a fish, pulling it back in. It's a good critter so far.
All right.
Still got to figure out the body.
So while you're in the water spearfishing, I'm mostly sitting on the boat, drinking a few fat tires, having a bunch of laughs.
Okay.
Sure. So
what's-
yucking it up.
Yeah, I've got this chimp head,
Yep.
human facial features.
Yep. Of course.
Let me ask you this. What's the only thing, when you're sitting around having laughs, what's better than laughing at someone who's really funny? Getting laughs.
Oh, okay.
Someone who's laughing at all
I know
your
where to go with
jokes,
that. Okay.
right? Someone
True.
who thinks you are hilarious.
Very true. Very true.
I'm going with the special power of a hyena. Yep. Gonna laugh at
that's
everything.
ludicrous.
I-
You're not gonna
Cackling
catch a
hyena.
single fish with
I
that
wasn't
loudmouth.
gonna catch a fish either way.
He wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I'm
really
having
just
a good
going for
time.
entertainment value.
And because you have the brains of the chimp, it'll actually be
It'll get
laughing
the
at
jokes.
things that you do.
and
Yeah.
just cackling away the whole time.
Cackling.
That's interesting.
Okay.
By the way, there was no way I was getting that set up.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
It was good though.
All right, so I'm up
What
for
the
2.
Google machine say?
Yep.
Yeah, I did have to look. I apologize, but the game would be stupid and you'd be bored. Sorry.
Yeah,
So I'm going with the strength as my special ability of a rhinoceros beetle.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That means that my octopus, when I send him out into the water, he'll come back because if it's only the body, I'll have something rigged up where he doesn't get injured. And he'd be like bait, but like in like a harness, not like a hook through the mouth. So he'll be out there with his 8 tentacles, very strong, able to basically, if I wanted like a humpback whale, a blue whale, that strong to body size, can just pull it right into my
But we don't know the
rowboat.
body. Oh no, we do know the body. It's
The
the
body's
octopus body.
and then so what am I
Wait,
doing?
what's the strength of a rhino beetle?
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
that's pretty strong, right?
It's very strong,
very strong.
scaled. I'm just you're still not killing blue whales with an
I know,
octopus.
I
You
know.
might be able to grab a nice big
it's called a joke. You know, you
It's a
gotta
good
be
joke.
funny.
You're getting a tasty salmon out of this. I got you.
Something big, something delicious.
Fair enough.
And
Okay.
you know, so
Okay.
and then what do I need? A head?
Yeah.
A head.
That would
You
help.
got to know what it's going to look like.
The head doesn't really matter. I should just make it as ridiculous as possible.
Give it my head.
I'm gonna go with the head of Pat.
Yeah.
I'm doing
There
it.
you go.
Fair enough.
You're just
I
hanging
love
out
it.
with
That's
this Pat's head on a bunch of
so
tentacles.
good.
That's really, really
man.
strong.
It is so good. If anybody is going to create this art, I don't care if you use AI, you use your hands. I want to see Pat's head on an octopus body.
They're just going to give me a really sharp, pointy nose. All right. So I've got the laughing chimp head.
Yep.
It needs a
Very
body.
good. It does.
It needs a body.
Not a capable fisherman so far.
No.
No.
I want it on a really, really just fun. I don't want the body to be too big because I'm in a rowboat.
Sure. Sure.
But I do want help rowing the boat.
Oh, interesting.
So
smart.
I want something that has arms that's
Bad fishing taking place.
It's just like it'll get him there. It won't do anything.
yeah, no
it'll
fishing
leave.
taking place. Yeah.
It'll row me there, laugh hysterically, and then
row you
Intelligently
back.
laugh.
and then row back.
Yeah.
So I want something that has opposable thumbs. I already did a primate. Can I take 2 primates?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Cool.
That wasn't in
Orangutan.
the rules.
Orangutan.
Very
Orangutan
nice.
body.
Very nice. Okay. I like it. So I have the head of a cormorant, the special spear
Look at that body.
powers.
Look at
Oh,
that
that
body.
thing's beautiful.
How
It's
good is that going to be at rowing?
Yeah,
Just-
very, very good.
It's like having
it's
4
gonna be like a
oars.
speedboat. You're gonna be like in a speedboat. Just-
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Do they have a tail that it could use as a rudder? Or
Negative. Negative on the tail rudder.
All right. So cormorant and what?
Praying mantis,
Praying mantis
spears.
Spears.
And does the cormorant count as my sea creature?
Is it a sea creature?
Or my aquatic animal?
I would say no. I don't think that's
Okay.
in the spirit of the rule.
Was that the bird?
All right,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
bird.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree
So
with that one.
cormorant head, got those spears going on, and then I'm just going to put that on a nice wahoo fish.
Isn't that the
That's
fish that you
fascinating.
eat, or what is that?
It's a delicious fish. It's also the fastest fish in the sea.
Oh,
Okay. So now you've got. Now, I was really going for the fish in this one. So now you've got this head that is just dynamite for spotting fish.
Okay.
These arms that can shoot out, spear fish on something that can swim like 60. Look up the top speed of a wahoo, Kyle. I want to say it's like 45 miles an hour.
Really,
Wow.
this thing,
That's crazy.
you don't even have to like lay in wait. You can just, any fish that you see, you can just be like, that one.
Got it.
It will
Yep.
catch it, grab it, store it in its mouth.
Exactly right. Yep. Bring it back.
Yeah.
60 miles an
That's
hour.
That is insane.
60 miles an hour in the water.
Do
Yeah.
you, maybe you
I don't have
know-
to do a lot of fishing. I can hang out on the boat. I
True.
can chill. I have a nice snorkel.
That's got to be like one of the top speed of fish in
It's
the
the
water.
fastest
It's
fish.
the
It's
Yeah.
the fastest.
I
fish.
think there's some debate recently about wahoo versus striped marlin. I don't know. Look it up. What's the fastest fish, Kyle? I believe there was some debate recently. Somebody was like, no, marlin are technically fast, or maybe it was sailfish. Indo-Pacific sailfish. Yeah.
Okay.
But
68 miles an hour.
68. Yeah.
That is
so
Well, that's not going to be an issue because your cormorant's mouth is not going to be able to store anything bigger than probably this.
Yeah.
So
some nice eating
lot,
fish.
lot of small fish.
yeah.
Well,
just some nice eating
I
fish.
will
That's
say
why
this.
I won.
Well, no, I mean, you're definitely not in it at all. But between me and Forrest actually catching fish and enjoying our time fishing and bringing back a nice fish to eat.
Do you have to listen to Pat groaning about fishing the whole time, though?
I mean,
his
what
head's
else
on
is he
it?
going to be doing out
That's
there? Just
true, yeah.
complaining about fishing. That's it.
Well, not to mention my hair is going to be all matted down every time I surface
Moist.
with my octopus arms. That's a mess.
All right,
Yeah.
Brosteners, weigh in. Let us know who won. I can recap them. Is it my wahoo with the head of a cormorant and the special ability of a praying mantis? Patrick's chimpanzee-headed hyena with the body of an orangutan?
Yep.
Or Peter's Patrick-headed octopus with the strength of a rhinoceros beetle?
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
getting some good.
I will say
Who are
this.
you fishing with, and what are you making?
That's should be the question. It's not who won. It's not who's the most creative.
Yeah.
It's whose fishing boat do you want to go out on?
Yeah, that's the real
Yeah, I
question
mean, it
here.
was
Weigh in.
who as a fishing buddy. So
That's it.
All right.
That was the rules.
yeah. So if you want a
guys went
screaming
fishing, I went
hyena in your ear for 6 hours, that's literally what it sounds like.
The whole time.
Every
Pat.
joke.
Every joke.
We love you
All right.
guys.
That
Do
was-
the thing,
Do the
Peter.
thing.
Oh shit, I got to do the thing. If you want, we got many more podcasts. We do 6 total a month. You got the 2 free ones, 4 bonus pods on Spotify. You can subscribe there to get the 4 extras. You can subscribe on Patreon to get the 4 extras. And listen, if you want the rest of the links to everything, just go to wildtimes.club/info, and that will be the links to everywhere you can listen to us. We got sponsors. You can find links to them, everything, yada, yada, yada. Kyle, play the music.
No, before you do, if you made it through Peter's thing,
Mhm.
go into the comments and write Octopat. That's what we made. We made an Octopat. See how
I
many
love
people
it.
actually made it to the very end of the show.
I love it.
Good night.
Good night,
everybody.
I'm drunk at 10 in the morning. Great.
You probably haven't eaten it.
Nothing.
No.
No.
Have another beer. Buffalo.
I've smoked a joint. That's all I do when I wake up. No.
I don't think so.
I'm too old for
Good
that.
joke, though.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Thanks.